want your full government said on the podcast?
It's fine. Yeah, because I got it in my bio on my other page. So
You got a burner page?
nah, I got I turned my personal page into my speaking page.
Okay. Good, we gonna clap this shit?
Yo,
This
DJ.
been going for 5 minutes and 45 seconds.
Yo, welcome back to another episode of the How'd I Get Here podcast, the podcast for positivity, progression, and finding your own path. It is your co-host, Mr. Brown Broken Guapo, living a dream, more than 20%, giving you all that I can be, 10 toes down and a big head up. What up? Came with us off the
toes.
dome.
My boy gets better at that every week. It's your boy Spence, Mr. 20% wealth strategist, King Aquarius.
King Amazon.
All that in a bag of chips. Yeah, your boy will find some Amazon deals. Fun fact, and I'm going to hit that afterwards.
Hit him with that shit you told us about the Amazon.
Him with the
Definitely
fun
do
fact
that.
now. So basically, when y'all on Amazon, I'm gonna look at that. When y'all on Amazon, you have to be mindful of what you keep in your cart longer than 24 hours. If you have something in your Amazon cart more than 48 hours, miraculously, you're gonna get a message. It's gonna be an orange bar across the top and say something in your Amazon cart has changed. Chances are it's gonna be the price, and it probably went up. You don't believe me? Test it. Use incognito pages when you're searching airlines, when you're searching credit card scores, and when you're purchasing things online that you're going to keep in your cart because they strategically charge you more.
And when you're watching porn. Don't say the How'd I Get Here podcast never did anything for you guys.
Gems.
I'm telling you guys, we are being extremely rude. Sorry, we get carried away. You guys know I like to talk my ass off. We have Bridgeport's very own.
Oh, Jordan Smith, Daily Dimensions.
That's crazy.
My man threw the Jada Kiss little.
That you stole that from me.
My bad.
Daily Dimensions podcast, motivational
Yes, sir.
speaker. I mean, you what you did was way better
I
than
ain't
what
never
the
had
fuck
an
I.
introduction like that.
Listen.
Hey, it's one
welcome.
of a kind.
Whenever you want Spencer to ha in your ear, it's just
I don't know about in my ear, but you know.
Yo.
Everybody listening to us, I know you like that shit.
Jordan, go ahead, talk to him, bro. Tell him who you are. What up?
All right, man. Like they said, my name is Jordan Smith. I'm a podcast host and motivational speaker out of Bridgeport, Connecticut. Host of the Daily Dimensions podcast. We talk about mental health, wellness, and we got an episode for everything, man.
Yo, and we've been telling y'all for months now to interact with us, reach out to us, holla at us. My man Jordan hit us up, last week, Wednesday?
Yeah. Less than a week ago.
Less than a week ago. We was like, yo, let's make it happen. Like, yo, we were just talking about building a podcast community. So, yo, if you guys want to network, you guys want to grow, y'all want to blow, we told y'all we going to blow. So y'all might as well get on this shit now. Bro, thank you for being here. I'm glad you hit us up, and this is going to be fun.
I appreciate y'all responding. Because you'd be surprised how many people you reach out to don't respond, yo. It's pain in this world. Especially emails. Don't nobody answer emails. It be pissing me off.
You know, that's a
I'll be tight.
generational thing. Like, if you email someone 35 plus, they're going to appreciate that.
Yeah.
They might not know how to work the email, though. They're 35.
Scary.
35 plus.
Talking to their phone.
They still, yo, that's a fact. That's a fact. All right, so let's kick it off. We got a daily question. So, because we got two kings on the podcast today, what are some experiences
I'm confused.
y'all have had with women that's made you uncomfortable on a first date?
Bro, it's always interesting because people are always like, yo, first date nightmare. Yeah, I've never really had that. Like, I've showed up and a girl may not have looked how she presented.
I think that's the one that does it.
Yeah.
They may not look exactly how they looking in their profile picture, or their personality don't match how they was texting you.
See,
You feel me? Because some people text a good game and then you see them in person and it's like, yo, you can't hold a conversation.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you thinking, where was you going with? They weird in person?
Yeah.
It's a couple weirdos out there.
There's definitely.
That's okay.
And you know what it is? I think women are more socially awkward on first dates than men are.
they put more thought into it.
They do.
We ain't got nothing to lose, yo.
I gotta circle back to why he's never had a awkward first date. My boy be doing the most on first dates, and it's not even like intentional. This nigga just like to be out and about. So it's like, yeah, you know, I'm about to pick you up. I'm about to bring you around to all my friends because we got some kickbacks here. We got this going here. We gonna
All the friends on the first date?
We gonna go to the
All the
club later.
No.
But he like,
No.
and we gonna go on a hike.
And
We gonna jump into a hot spring.
so I gotta make sure
We
you
gonna look
fit.
each other in the eyes. We gonna sip some wine.
Yeah. All right.
I'm gonna give you some
Okay.
experience you
So-
ain't never had before.
Okay. So we need
Setting
to
the bar high.
we need to dissect it.
So I don't
Yes,
even know your
that's
middle name yet.
that's where I fuck up. I set the bar off too high from the beginning. But first, we need to discuss first date etiquette, right? Like,
That's real.
because my thing is like, bro, and this is so crazy how this shit like transpired. Because I literally put on a story today, and by the time y'all see this shit, it's gonna be 2 weeks ago. And we'll dive into this, right? But kiss on the first date, sex on the first date. So I'm gonna write that down, and then we're gonna talk about that later.
That's good.
But right, so first date etiquette, right?
Yeah.
What exactly are we doing? Like, are we just going? Because we 30 now. How old are you?
I'm almost there. It's creeping up.
Okay, so
29.
we're all around
my
the same
year.
age, right? So it's like, what up?
I was gonna say, what's your birthday for all the horoscope folk?
Don't
out
be a
there?
Gemini.
Oh yeah,
don't be a
August.
Gemini.
I'm a Leo.
Oh, okay. We
Yeah.
cool.
Okay,
Leo
all right,
energy,
peace,
man.
king.
Feel me?
Yeah.
I said don't be a Gemini like I was gonna start dating the nigga.
It's
That
long-
was, you know, I just ignored it. I kept with the question. I didn't know where you was going with it.
As long as you were the Virgo, I just have a. You know when you see those posts like, "Yo, what sign should we all sacrifice?" That's sorry.
It be Virgos and Geminis, bro.
So first, that's the one.
Virgos and
Yo, here with
Geminis,
it.
dog. You
Wait,
should
shit.
let them all go.
Yeah.
Vote them off the island.
Yeah, you are the weakest
got
link.
to.
Goodbye. So first date etiquette, right? So like, yo, let's just go get fucked up, yada yada yada, right? Like, or let's go just sit at a bar, because yes, we're having good conversation, right? But like, if I'm gonna be real with you, if I have one too many drinks, my intention may not have been to fuck you, but by the end of this day, I'm damn sure gonna
It's-
thought
it's
about
all
it 5
mine now.
times.
It's in your brain.
Hold on. You 30, you 29. I'm about to be 31 next month. So, you mean to tell me on the first date, you don't have the intention of the possibility of fucking?
But by you throwing possibility, that's where you fuck it up, because
No, it's not.
the possibility of fucking on the first date is always
It's always there.
but was that my intention? Was my intention, bro? If I really like want to, like, if I'm really interested in you, and maybe this is gonna make me sound like a softie, like, I really don't care if I smash on the first date or not.
Yeah.
I don't care.
But it wasn't like my
It's because your intentions is different. You thinking about it different.
feel me?
Yeah.
Like, my intentions were like, all right, bro, like, I'm really trying to, like, yo, see what this short, because if it's about the pussy, I could have got that, like, with you, without you, with somebody, you know?
We wouldn't have needed the first date.
Feel me?
we
wouldn't
wouldn't
have been a
have needed
date.
the first date if it was about that.
Listen, I'm 30. I still Netflix and chill the fuck out of somebody.
I understand this, but it's if that's how y'all genuinely feel, I just feel like that's cap. That I feel like as niggas, as hunters, as primitive beings that we are, like, low key, the first date, the intention is to fuck. Obviously, I want to get to know you, and whoever feels some type about this, y'all lying to yourselves.
I just want a disclaimer. This man does not speak for me. His thoughts are his own.
So if that's the case, right? You on a first date and the opportunity arises, you're not doing it?
At this point in my life now, no. But I was like that before.
Hold on.
The older I got, I changed.
You not? So like you gonna get turned off if she trying to like jump your skins that night.
Yeah.
Can you elaborate on that?
He a better than
Yeah.
me.
Yo, I'm
Because,
telling you.
but hold on, before you like, because I'm not gonna be turned off if the vibe is right. You know what I mean? And I'm like,
Yeah.
you know, then
Let me say it that way. Yeah. If the vibe is right and we really clicking like that, yeah. But if I get the sense you want it more than I want it, that's a turn off, bro. I don't want you to want it more than I want it.
girls already want sex more than guys.
They do, but you can't come out and make it look like that.
You don't see from
Because I don't want to feel like a piece of meat. That's my thing. And when you come
He
out
said he is
making
the
it,
table.
You know what I mean? When you come out and you look like you want it more than me, then I feel like a piece of meat.
So, so is there such thing as a woman being too aggressive?
See, don't be touchy. Like, I don't know. You ever met like the
You don't like when nobody touch you, no ways.
so, but it's like my thing is, have you ever been around that homegirl who just grew up with a bunch of dudes and she can like be a tomboy, like probably play like catch with you, like with the football, but also like dresses up and get nice. And like when they start drinking, they just hit you with that shove that's a little too strong.
Nigga, don't do that. I almost fell.
It's just like, yo, like what, like it wasn't even that funny. I think like big nigga to big nigga, like you don't like when a woman is a little like just assertive, like
assertive
I know
is cool.
Yo, he fucked. Like,
Yo,
nah.
assertive is cool. It's a thin line between assertive and aggressive.
Okay.
Because if you too assertive, it almost seems like you desperate. You feel me? Like you ain't had none in a long time. You see this opportunity. You really trying to get it right now.
Interesting, and that's gonna turn you off.
If you come off aggressive, yeah, assertive is cool because you're like, oh damn, she really trying you feel me? She trying to get into something, like she trying to take charge.
I agree. There is a fine line between aggressive and assertive.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've really come across someone aggressive. I'm a big dude, so it's like I don't know how aggressive you're gonna be with me. You just jump on my back.
You gonna wear him like a backpack.
We out.
I said, Diego, let's go. But for me, for me, it's like a woman who knows what she wants is very important. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And like with that comes assertiveness. You get what I'm saying? Like you're sure of yourself. At 30 years old, I really don't care how old you are. I do not have the time to build you up. I have the time to reinforce you, right? But like Cat Williams said, it is called self-esteem. It's a motherfucking esteem of yourself. You know what I mean?
Can't nobody get that to you.
Feel me?
Can't nobody get that to you.
I can, if you already feel, I already know what you about to say.
I'm about to say.
I know what you about to say, right? That's marriage. That's different, right? But
Keep going.
right? It is not my job to sit here and like make you already feel beautiful and tell you you're smart. Like, nah,
I was gonna let that slide, and then he just re-cemented what I said, like the last episode.
Okay,
bruh. So I specifically said, there's a clip of it. I pointed at the fucking
trigger
camera. Yo, it like I said, it's not your responsibility in a marriage. I say marriage relationship or whatever, for me to like make you happy. If you having a bad day, yeah,
we're saying two different things.
Are we?
Yeah,
because
I
think he's going like the self-esteem,
right?
value
Like the confidence. Yeah, like if
Okay.
you're going like the how you feel today kind of.
To me, they're synonymous.
Feelings.
Okay, see what you're trying to say.
When you have less buckets, you just like more
start compartmentalizing them, putting them together.
But you know, like I don't have the time to like to build this out. Nobody's complete. Nobody's whole. You feel what I'm saying? So yeah, we're gonna grow and we're gonna work on each other. But like, I need somebody that is gonna help me grow, make me better, teach me a thing, and vice versa. I don't want it to be teach me. Like, bro, that's boring.
So my bad. Were you about to say something?
How do you sense that?
How do I say?
Because I was about to say something, but I was like, you started talking, so I was gonna let you keep going.
Oh,
because you look like you was about to make a valid point too.
So it's your guess. You can guess. Go ahead.
Right. So one thing you saying is reminding me of something that I had said in an episode where, like, you know the term "you complete me," like when people be in relationships, right? You're not supposed to complete nobody, right? You supposed to be your own person. I'm supposed to be my own person.
I like that.
And we supposed to come together and add to each other, right? You shouldn't come in at 30% and now I got to give you 70, because now I'm doing more than you. And I'm going to feel that in a relationship.
So are you saying that your partner should overfill your cup because your cup's always already filled?
Yes. Your cup should be running over with your partner. You got to find that person that makes your cup run over.
Does that not get overwhelming?
What do you mean? Like if my cup's running over?
Yeah.
It's going to feel amazing because you're getting everything you need and then some.
Okay.
Yeah. That's how that means.
It's plentiful over here. So I have a question. So how do y'all feel about reassurance in a relationship?
to echo what I was just saying, you need to be assured before you can be reassured. I cannot reassure you if you are not already sure of yourself.
What he said.
You get what I'm saying? However, there's a fine line between confidence and assurance and ego and cockiness and all this stuff. You get what I'm saying? And then on the flip side of that, I don't need you to, and maybe this is just like my view on a few things, but I don't need you to hide those insecurities behind other doors, right? If you're insecure, embrace it and deal with it. You get like, sort through those feelings and emotions. Don't just try to hide it behind makeup and jobs and friends. And
you gotta do that work.
Interesting.
So until you are sure of yourself, and granted, I'm a sure ass motherfucker. Like my teeth's crooked and I still smile. Feel me? Like I don't care.
Cool.
So okay. And this is just for play devil's advocate, right? So
Oh boy.
if already assured, married, wife has your child, and we already know like sometimes women can have postpartum depression. So at that point, where does reassurance come in? Because things got a little rocky, and it's not necessarily her fault. Like this could just be chemically or whatever is happening. It's like, yo, listen, I'm not the same person I was before the baby.
Yeah. Postpartum is real, yo. And like in that instance, like I'm gonna tread lightly with it because I don't have a child and I'm not married. So like I'm not the best person to speak to this. But when it comes to a situation where like you just had a human life inside of you and just delivered that successfully and all the stress and trauma that goes into the lead up and then the coming out of it, you're gonna need somebody to support you. Like you just pushed a human life out of you, and it's a lot changes in you chemically. And hormonally, that's gonna affect your mood, your feelings, all of that. Like it's a lot.
So basically, y'all saying it's situational. Like reassurance is valid sometimes.
Reassurance, I feel like, is always valid. But if you need my reassurance to feel like
fulfilled
and complete all the time,
isn't that not what reassurance is for? You're
right,
reassuring. So like, yo, listen, this is how I feel about you, regardless of what's happening. Like, it's not going to change. What did Music Soul Child say? I'm not gonna start singing it, but
no, my bad.
There's only
it's a fire song, though.
Love.
You know that was really a gospel song?
Was it?
Yeah, and the label made him change it.
Really?
Every time he said love, he really said God.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So many people.
So if you re-listen to it with God instead of love, it's like a whole different context.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Basically, he was saying it don't matter.
What did he say?
Word. I gotta find that one again.
I don't remember all the words, but it's like, I don't care if your hair turns.
I love you till your hair turns gray. Yeah.
There we go.
I can sing, y'all.
Get it? Oh. Okay.
I will love you if you gain a little weight.
Reassurance, Lord.
I will. Things will be. I don't. That's the one.
Always be the same.
So yes, that's
okay. So that's that. Y'all are tiptoeing around the fact that reassurance is okay.
It is okay.
Yeah,
Bro,
but y'all say
but
like
you shouldn't be dependent on reassurance.
The key thing in what I think, what I was saying, what I think you're missing, right? Reassurance, emphasis on the re. You get what I'm saying? Like my assurance, my rebuilding you, my reminding you of your beauty, your brains, your talents does not come prior to you already feeling that about yourself. Now, in the case of postpartum, right? Again, you need to be reassured because you might be feeling less than, or there's a reason for that, right? But you also, before this baby, knew that. You get what I'm saying? Now, if you come in, oh, I'm ugly. I don't like the way my body looks. Well, sis, that's a you problem. Because now I'm not reassuring you. I'm actually assuring you. Yeah. You get what I'm trying to say?
I can't make you love yourself in that way.
Right.
Yeah, but I also think that we're not taking into account that there's certain actions that we may take and that we don't realize that we take that could make our partner feel less attractive because we're maybe not be as observant as they would like us to be. We don't comment on things like, oh my gosh, you got your hair done. Like, make it a guy's like, oh, this nigga don't give a fuck about how I look. Like, so like,
I got my eyebrows done. This nigga ain't say shit.
yeah, right. So there's certain points, and again, I guess if everyone's like the perfect man, like they're gonna say these things. But I'm sure there's certain points where we fuck up, and
all the time.
Women need reassurance, and it's not because. Like, you can affect someone's self-esteem. Like, I'm positive of this.
You can definitely affect it.
Exactly.
I shouldn't be the fuel to your self-esteem.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
Like, if you had 3/4 of a tank and I could give you a little quarter, cool. But if you riding on E and you need that much reassurance to get back to full, that's not good. That's not healthy.
That's where the relationship
It's some real
breaks.
work. Well, it could, but it's some real work you got to do individually.
I just think that, and I'm learning with my big age that I'm learning that
words have power.
They do.
Words have power,
100%.
but there are some I feel like relationships are just harder work than our generation likes to play into. Yes.
I think relationships are the hardest now they've ever been.
Why?
Similar to what you said, I think it was last episode or 2 weeks ago. There's more distractions, social media,
more influences.
I think people now are more individual thinkers, both men and women.
Yeah.
There's
luxury.
There's more possibility, work, travel. You know, back when our parents were probably growing up, women had less opportunity. You know what I mean? And it was, I'm sure there's still arranged marriages now, but back then it was, hey, you're going to marry this man, or once you get married, you are either going to be the housewife, you're going to do this, or, you know what I mean? Like expectations and society dictated a lot more of that back then, where people now, a woman to say, yo, I can own I can own 2 businesses, I can be a single mom.
I got more freedom, bro.
Right. You know, and even men now, like, can do a lot more as well. Like, as a whole society, there's just way more opportunities. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get that. And especially being on TikTok, you could just see some dangs all around the world.
TikTok is dangerous, man. Bruh. Especially at 2 a.m. You gotta get off.
Nothing good ever happens.
That's great. I didn't even peep. Oh, that's funny.
To quote the great Ted Mosby, nothing great ever happens after 2 a.m.
What?
Nothing good ever happens after 2 a.m. If you are not already with somebody, right, and it's past 2 o'clock, go home or stay home.
I'll give you even a different one. When I was in college, we played football. I played football, and we had team rules. And the team rule, they had an adaptation of that, and they said nothing good happens after 10 o'clock. So, like, even then, especially on a college campus after 10, yeah.
Take your ass in.
Go back to your room.
So let me ask. Oh boy.
Sorry. No, go ahead.
Let me ask y'all a question. Have y'all, and this is interesting to ask men, have y'all ever been a side piece or been on someone's roster? And did you know, and how'd you find out?
Proudly.
So,
I love in my heyday, I love that role. Like, what you mean? Like,
the side piece role or just being on a roster?
Both of them.
Both?
I don't care, because listen, I don't want all that responsibility if we just having sex.
Yeah.
Like, I want other people to occupy your time. Yeah, bro, put me on the roster. Like, side piece me, go back to that. No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
Oh man, I kicked it.
No, you good. You good. You?
Oh man. If I was a side piece, I didn't know.
You seem like
I didn't know.
Like, my nickname Huggy, but you seem like the real Huggy Bear. Like.
Yeah. But on the roster, I've definitely been on some rosters. And I've been on some rosters.
And we not talking football.
You feel me? I've been on some rosters. I don't know if I was a side, but I've been on. And being on a roster, I've gone into it knowing I'm on a roster.
How'd that make you feel?
You know, it don't bother me until your roster start dwindling. Right? Like, let's say you got a roster of like 3 and then your roster get low. So now you got the 1 and then she busy. And then it's like, all right, this is
Wait, you're talking about your roster or being on
Both
her
of 'em.
roster?
It's simultaneous. Like you on her roster and she's on yours.
And so you don't like when your roster gets low or hers?
Mine.
Oh, interesting.
Then I
Because
don't
now
got a
he
lot-
has to
you feel
resort
me?
to her,
Yeah.
and she's
And she occupied. It's slow for me.
Facts. We all been there. We all,
You feel me?
we all done had them droughts.
You coming back after the club, you trying to see what the motion is, and then it's like somebody done got there first. Like they set that up the day before. Like it's slow for you.
A travesty. I done walked in on one of my sides getting annihilated before.
Annihilated
Bruh.
is
sir.
wow.
I was
Excuse me.
Wow.
I was upset.
All types of scoliosis. Just back blown. Just pain. Pain. It's a different type of pain. It's a different type of pain, yo.
How much you ever been on a
Yeah. Yeah, I even take you one even worse. Y'all think I'm a lover boy now. I used to be like
I can see that.
like super love. There's a funny story my boy Demario tells all the time. Yo, D, come on the show, right? Shout out Buffalo, Rodagees boys. So when we got to college, right, I had a crush on this girl, and I was like, yo, you want to go to the store? Oh, why am I telling the story? It's too late. I
You here
started.
now.
Yeah. So I liked this girl. I was like, bro, I think her birthday was coming up or something. And I was like, bro, you want to go to the store with me? I'm about to get her a gift. And he was like, excuse me? I was like, yeah, we in college now. We got to get girls gifts. And he was like, nigga, no. Like, what's wrong? I was like, nah, but, like, I'm trying to, like, get with her, yada, yada, yada. I'm trying to, like, show her I could be a good guy. He was like, nigga, I'm never buying any of these college girls. Not nothing unless they're my girl. And I was like, like I was conflicted because I was really trying to be that good guy. And mind you, old girl, like, she friend zoned me to the max. And every time I'd be like, all right, cool. Like, and she was fucking niggas. Like the crazy shit was like, I wouldn't get nothing but eating in the calf together. And then
and she over.
That's public humiliation.
bro,
That's public humiliation.
Because you know that nigga was on the other side of the cat chilling with his boys. Like,
look at this nigga. Look at hey, who's y'all look at this? Look at this. Right?
Facts.
And like he got to eat lunch with her and I'm over here, right? And then like I would leave and be like, all right, like I'm good. I don't need no more friends. And then she would reel me back in. And then
how would she reel you back in? This is important.
you did a little apology or like, oh, I want you around, a little bit of love and attention. Like, so I didn't, but I wasn't even on the roster, bro. I was the water boy. Like, I wouldn't even,
Oh man.
so you get what, like, I was even worse. But like, I was a sucker back then.
That's pain. But the thing is, as you're explaining this, like Jake is a very thoughtful person, like in relationships and shit. He be like some of the things that he be telling me that he's gonna do before he do it. I'm like,
More power to you, dog.
I was like, all right, bro. Like,
Can I take that?
huh,
Like, can I steal that? Like,
bruh, it's interesting. So I can see you being a lover boy / simpish in parts in your life. I can see that.
not now. Whew, child.
He said I changed. I'm different.
So you asked about rosters. Why'd you ask that question? That's what I'm curious about.
Bro, we were just talking, men, mental health, and there's really no correlation between the two.
No, but there is though. So because
Emotional damage.
men being on, because I think most of the time we're the ones who the roster situation is really put on. Like, oh, I'm just another person on the roster. Yes, but it's but vice versa. Because men's mental health is important too, because just like the situation you were in, she was reeling you back in. She knew exactly what she was doing.
Right.
Like,
It was manipulation.
yeah,
For sure.
like, wait, you ain't do nothing with her though?
Bro, to this day. And then,
That would sit with me.
well, so the crazy shit was, right, our senior year finally comes around, right, dead as shorty, and then we was drunk at the very last party before graduation, right, and I'm gone.
That'd be
like,
one.
bro, faded. And then I took her aside, and I was like, yo, because she ended up joining the Army or whatever, so she, like, left school for a year.
She got hers.
Right. Oh. And like she came back, she was like, "Oh, I miss you, yeah." And I was drunk. I was like, I don't want to hear that shit. Like I was throwing at you. She was like, "Yo, the crazy shit is, I actually really liked you more than everybody else, but I wasn't ready for like a serious relationship and commitment. And I was in college trying to have fun, yada yada yada." And I was just like,
trying to have both worlds, man.
trying to have your cake and eat it too.
Facts.
And then like we had that conversation and never spoke to her again.
That's interesting.
Pain.
Yeah,
I don't know if I have a situation like that.
bro.
I've definitely had some crushes like in high school that I was just like, yeah, like I definitely had crushes that I didn't know how to articulate my emotions and my feelings the same way I do now.
That's another conversation, man.
Yeah, like,
So who do y'all think in a breakup? Who do y'all think hurts more, not the male or the female?
I think men hurt longer from my experience.
Yeah. Men be hurt forever. Women, they go to brunch. It's crazy, yo. They be in brunch the next day drinking through that pain, bro.
That is hilarious.
Women
What?
go to brunch.
That
Somebody
is,
clip that. I need that clip. Clip that.
bro. I literally just put brunch because that's gonna be in the previews.
Yo.
That's gonna be in the previews.
But that's so true. But you know why? Because women have more of a camaraderie. They have more of a tribe that they can vent to. Because
Yes.
I ain't gonna lie, Jacob can vent to me and I'm gonna let him rock. But then like 2 weeks later, I'm like, all right, nigga, this is where you went left. Like this is where
So you need to hear this right now.
Yeah. And
but I could take that though. Some people can't.
that's a fact. I also
Yeah, because some people you tell them about themselves and it's like, bro, it's not working.
I think, based on what I've heard from women, my experiences is that women be coddling their friends. Like, they low-key be lying to them.
So, all right, again, I'm not the best person to speak on this because I'm not a woman. But from my experiences,
Thank you.
right, it's a lot of enabling that takes place in women's circles. Like, y'all will know y'all friend be dead wrong and be hyping that up, and it's crazy.
And then be mad at the dude when he flipped the switch.
Reinforcing it, bro, and then get mad at the guy, and it's like, yo, come on now, don't do that. You was just as much the problem, and your friends put that battery in your back and ruined a perfectly good thing. Like, it's crazy.
See, but I think
That's where your emotions show. You ruined a perfectly good thing. That was great. It was fine.
I think people lack accountability now. You know what I mean?
Huge lack of accountability.
Like my last relationship, I can take wholeheartedly sit here and tell you where I fucked up. My last all relationships, I can tell you like where I fucked up. But can you, as the woman, turn around and say, and I'm not saying they all can't, you know what I mean? But can you say, okay, I can understand why I made you feel this way or what I did to contribute or what you know what I mean?
Yeah.
A lot of people, the older they get, want to place blame on other shit and don't want to take accountability. They always look extrinsically instead of intrinsically.
I'll be seeing that a lot, especially in my experiences. I've had it where like people I've dealt with, when it goes left or start falling apart, they just want to be heard. Like they just want you to know where you messed up and don't want to talk nothing about where they messed up.
Right.
And it's like, now it's your fault that everything went left. And it's like, nah, it takes two to tango. Like it's your fault too.
And what people don't realize is like, I cannot control what you already did, but what I can control is my feelings and now actions afterwards. You get what I'm saying? So my accountability lies with me. My actions lie with me. As opposed to, oh, you did this, you did. Well, that shit's already done. Who gives a fuck?
What we gonna do about it now?
Right. What can I do about this?
That's a fact. We would agree that like someone breaking your trust could weigh on your mental health, right? Right. So is going through people's, like, if you go through your significant, say for some reason this is a weird scenario. Your girl in the shower, you go into her panty drawer, get her some underwear, and you see something in there that makes you feel some type, alluding that she fucking with some other nigga. You see some niggas like basketball shorts in there, like, is that considered? I want to just get like is that considered like snooping? And if so, like your lack of trust in her now, are you wrong for that?
I mean, if I found it by accident, then nah, that ain't snooping.
Okay, so what if you were snooping?
If I was snooping, then that's a reflection on me and how I feel about the situation. There's like a slight bit of insecurity in there. if I feel the need to go snoop.
And don't go looking for shit if you don't want the answers.
Yeah, you gotta be ready for what you find.
But
You gonna find it.
My thing is
find it.
exactly, you're gonna find whatever you're looking for. So if they find something and they address it, who's wrong? Because I've been pondering this for years.
I can't be wrong for exposing you.
I can't be. But if you exposed me by going through my things, by breaking my trust and going through something that didn't belong to,
but you were lying.
Yeah.
but you broke my trust by going into my things.
Two wrongs don't make it right. What is it? Don't judge somebody else because you sin differently than me.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
You get what I'm saying? So like, we both might be wrong, but you were already violating that trust.
Yeah.
So
if you was already doing something and I found out because
got
I
caught.
did something snooping wise, you in no position to judge me because you was really doing what I thought you was doing.
How is that
was
any
doing it.
different than you are stealing from me?
Okay.
Right? Maybe I don't want to do the snooping, but I'll call my brother over here and say, yo, I think Spencer's, stealing from me. Can you watch him? Or do you know anything? And he tells me, how is that any different? Because I didn't do the snooping.
It's not no different. And
That's
people do that in relationships. They get their friend with the fake page.
with the fake
to
page,
follow you.
sliding his DMs.
You feel me?
So
It
you get what I'm
happens.
saying? The fact that you felt the need to, the primary issue was you didn't have that conversation. Because as soon as you felt the insecurity or something was wrong, you should have had the conversation.
Yeah.
But two, if you still feel that your person is lying, right? As soon as you go through that, well, then clearly something's wrong with that relationship.
So if they snoop and they don't find anything and they don't tell you,
Do you want to know? Or is that something you take to the grave?
my thing is, we could go either way with that. Because if there's something in my phone and you never knew, wouldn't you be fine? Rather than you go through my phone, you now find something.
Yeah, but you're living in a lie.
What's that have
Yeah.
to do with that person? Like I feel like
It's got something to do with you,
I
though.
feel like people don't acknowledge the part where, regardless how
They found out.
they felt about the situation, it could have been a conversation. That initial step to be like, fuck it, I'm gonna do it. They're wrong. Like, no.
Yeah, but I mean, if we gotta go like who's more wrong, who snooped and who actually did
I'm
it,
black and white. Both parties are
I mean,
wrong.
we could both be wrong, but
Because at the end of the day, had you not done it, everything would have been Gucci.
So then it's okay with just getting away with shit?
but it's not Gucci because that
That's
person
literally
is living
by definition, if you get away with it, yeah.
I don't know if that's a relationship you want to stay in, dog. Where they just getting away with it.
Well, obviously, ignorance is bliss. So it's like if your wife, this is wild. If your wife has been cheating on you your entire relationship, would you rather, at the age of 80, her tell you, or you just die with it and not know?
I mean,
You asking at 80. Now,
At
if I
80?
marry you at
Yeah.
35 and you ask me at 40,
I would
Yes.
like to know.
I'd like to know.
At 80, I mean, I done lived my
80,
whole life.
yeah.
What I'm gonna do at this point? You feel me? Like, I probably
Okay,
can't
so
even
you
move
were
like that.
fine not knowing, is what I'm saying.
If I'm near death.
Right.
If
at
I'm-
80,
if I-
I got
if I
4
got
more
life
good
to
years.
live.
So at 60,
Listen,
60, I probably would like to know.
it's still getting up at 60.
What's
I want to
I'm
know.
going to bingo night and
so
finding
you
something.
That
leave.
Tell me at 60. I'm out.
So you out at 60 if you found out that your lady cheated on you at 30?
Yeah.
Hold on. Cheated one time
That makes a
cheating?
difference, too.
Been cheating.
It's
Like,
like
you,
habitual,
I'm
like-
60 and you cheated last week.
And you never knew.
Well, it was last
Well,
week.
yeah.
Nah,
Yeah.
I'm out.
Yeah.
So you just gonna be the most eligible bachelor for the next 20 years of your life?
Big facts.
What? You know how they get in
Bro.
them senior homes?
At 60,
They be wilding.
my nigga.
They wild out.
Let me
in
paint
them
this.
senior homes,
Let me
bro.
paint this picture for you.
Yeah.
At 60, you are probably retired, right? You've got multiple sources of income. You are a half millionaire,
Yeah.
right? You're single. You're
Yeah.
a good-looking young man, old man. You're healthy,
Strapping old man.
right?
Yeah.
Twice a month, right? I go on vacations. For 2 weeks or for 1 week, I'm going on a cruise. Next week, I'm coming home and chilling. The week after that, I'm going to a resort,
Okay.
all inclusive paid, right? At 60, single, with money, and good looking.
But my thing
is that not a life? And then the third week, I'm chilling with my grandbabies and my family.
So you eligible bastard, dog.
So my thing is, right, and again, we're just going to use the term 30. You've been in love with this person for 30 years of your life, not knowing. So now, because a 30-second conversation or revelation happened, 30 years is just down the drain. This isn't.
It might hurt worse because you found out 30 years later.
No. Well, she been getting it.
She's still cheating, but that's what I'm saying. Like that just means this whole shit is a lie. So then, let me ask you a question: how do you then get past that? Because you're clearly saying you're gonna stay.
I'm playing devil's advocate.
Okay, so then for the devil on the devil, right?
Yeah. How do you get past that?
How do you get past it? How do you get past your partner cheating?
At that age?
I guess we just
let's go in general.
I don't think y'all don't y'all don't know the tax advantages of being married either. But like it's
you put that financial advisor
because in my head I'm like yeah, y'all wilding because a single person pays a lot more in taxes than a married. But anyways, so
we know why this niggas get married.
It's a contract.
It literally, quite literally. I just think it's interesting that, and this is why I don't lead with emotions. Emotions are so fickle because you loved this person for 30 years. Like love, unconditional, like yesterday.
I love to lie.
Yesterday?
Yeah.
Yesterday,
it was a facade.
Yesterday, you would have jumped in front of a bullet in front of this person, just to say, with unconditional love for this person. Now that maybe they scrounged up the confidence to finally tell you, now y'all just out like 30 years is just down the drain.
Well, here's where you're wrong. I was in love with the person that I thought was being faithful, the person that was being honest.
Talk on that.
The person that had my back.
It's the same person.
It's not. Though.
It
It's
is.
not.
It is.
not.
It's
It
the
is.
same
All but one
physical
thing changed.
person.
It's not just one thing.
All but one thing changed.
Multiple things have changed. There's multiple penises in you.
Okay, but you still loved her the same way yesterday.
I didn't know because
But the
I
thing is,
was.
It's a piece of you was still gonna care about the person,
Yeah.
but not enough to stay in that relationship.
The trust is broken.
Yeah, the trust is violated, bro, and it's hard to gain that back.
Can you be with somebody you don't trust?
No, not successfully.
So all trust has gone out the window because of one thing. What if
but in a marriage, right?
In 30 years, you got to think a lot has happened. Things that we can't even imagine.
And
But
a
if
lot
you
of it is
looking at
founded on a
marriage, right?
lie.
As the contract as you see marriage as, right?
Yeah.
That's the ultimate breach of that contract. You gonna continue to do business with that person?
If business has been going well for 30 years, I'll think about it.
That business is not booming, my brother. It's
what if
booming
it
for
was?
you and him and whoever else it's booming for everybody.
Hey,
That's not
listen,
the business you want to be in.
Booming is booming. Is it profitable? Is it scalable?
One track mind.
Obviously, it's been scaled. But I just think it's interesting how love is out there. Like I can't do this anymore because this. Like there's like the end all be all of like, oh my god, this person did this. So like there's no way I could do anything else with this person. Like I'm done.
So then go back to the question.
Yeah.
How do you stay with somebody who broke your trust or get back or?
I mean, it's good.
It's hard. I've been there. Hey, don't do that. But I've been there. I've been in a situation where I've been cheated on and tried to make that work again because of the love I have for that person. And it is one of the hardest things in the world to do, which is why I can sit here now and be like, I don't know if I would have redid that, because the amount of work you got to do,
lessons were learned,
to rebuild the trust and then to be with that person, not be thinking about what they was doing with someone else. What?
I think though,
that's hard, bro.
I think after a 30-year marriage, after 10 years, you're going to think back and possibly regret this impetuous decision you made.
I like that word.
What, the divorce?
Impetuous.
Yeah. I think because you had 30 great years living in being oblivious, that if y'all break up, like we all acknowledge, men hurt way longer in these situations than women. Like you're really gonna go through the rest of your life now hating somebody that you once loved to death. And also, I'm willing to bet, I would say 5 years to at least a decade, there's gonna be some regret and there's gonna be some like, damn, I miss you. Like, think of all the good times.
You can find somebody.
We've only been alive
else,
for 30
dog.
years. I'm talking about a 30-year.
You can find someone else and move on, bro.
I'm not doing that at 60.
My grandfather did it twice. You could do it, dog. Like my grandfather always got a new friend at the crib. Like, he always got a new friend, bro.
I'm not.
Oh, what? He be doing it.
If I divorce at 60, I'm just wilding. Like,
That's what I said. That's the picture
yeah.
I painted.
but I think that like I'm going to think about it 10, 20, especially like 'cause I plan on living a long life. So like if by 80 I'm just gonna be like, damn, like I don't have like 30 years. How many kids you done had with this person?
Probably like 3, 4.
I don't know. The only reason why I brought this up is because old boy's wife was getting trained by the police department.
That is the wildest segue,
Yo.
dog. What? I have no. That's where this was going. That's where this was going. That's wild. That man needs to leave. I'm praying for you, brother. I don't know your name. I don't know who you are, but please leave. Please leave. For the God, yo, please leave, dog. Don't do that. The whole department,
Bro, like,
you thought she was doing overtime for the family.
yo.
She was. Multiple families.
Multiple families, dog.
Yeah, sorry. I didn't know if I was gonna be able to sway y'all, but yeah, ain't no way I'm staying after my ladies been getting trained. Like, I've probably been to functions and like dapped y'all up. Sorry.
Man.
Let me ask y'all a question. Y'all know the saying, if they wanted to, they would.
I hate that.
Agree or disagree?
Disagree.
Can I be in the middle, or I gotta pick one?
Not whatever. What's your stance on it?
Some people want to and don't know how.
Okay.
Like, let's say, let's say my goal is I want to increase my finances, right? And I don't know how. I can't just do it.
But you can find a way.
I got to figure out how, and then I can do it. So, but some people, that's where they fuck up. They don't want to find out how. They don't do the work to get the knowledge.
You don't want it that bad.
Exactly. And that's what be separating people.
The more you fuck around,
The more you find out, dog. And they not finding out, man.
interesting. I hate that statement, and like that shit resonates hard with me because I've always been a hard worker towards like my career and my craft. It's like if they wanted to, they would. Like, nah, maybe I wanted to, but I want what I'm doing more. So it's not that it's not that I don't want it, and this is where like
This is not the priority.
you just said the key word, kid. The key word. And like, when you start having them conversations about where you fall on the priority list in a relationship, like that's where it gets a little tricky. Because realistically, let's say scale of 1 to 10. If you're in a relationship, where should your partner fall?
So
I said, go ahead.
I'm like a faith-based person. So for me, it's my relationship with God first.
Respect that.
And then it's my wife.
She's number 2.
Yeah.
She's before you.
My relationship with God is for me. So like I'm kind of
that's
there.
spiritual. Mind, body, soul.
Yeah, but like all of that is there. So like I got to be in the right space. And that's me getting in that right space.
Ooh.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, I got to be in the right space. And if I'm not in the right space for myself, what am I going back to what we were saying before? You got to be whole. So if I'm not, and that's how I get whole. Like whether it's me speaking to my therapist or me going to church and being involved with God and like my relationship with God, that's how I get whole.
I like that.
So
Okay.
all of that comes first, and then I could get to you.
I think you bundled a basket together, and
I did a little bit.
Yeah, scale of 1 to 10. I feel like God, yourself, and then maybe her.
I can live with that.
Interesting. Okay.
I can live with that.
And that's right now.
Yeah.
As you are today.
Yeah.
I like that. I respect that. How about
Okay,
you?
so I'm going to answer the question, then I'm going to answer the question with a question.
Okay.
Okay, right?
like
So,
those.
so
Jacob fashion.
as I like to do on the How'd I Get Here podcast, hey, give us a follow, a like, a share, all that other cute shit that
It's
you haven't
free.
done yet. It's very free.
It's
Free
free.
advertise. Tell a friend, tell the auntie. I think all 3 of us are single. I don't want to speak for my brother over there in the corner,
Nah,
but
very much.
like, share, all that cute shit. Back to your regular scheduled program. And I got a nice watch. I got it for Christmas. What was I saying? So, as it sits today, right? I think I would come first. My career and job would come second, and then she would come third. I don't know if I'm missing things, right?
No, that's your
Now,
list.
let's fast forward 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
You now have kids. This is now your wife, right? Where does your wife come? You know that post that we've all seen?
Yeah.
You have the kids.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
You have your mom.
Who eats first? Oh,
Who's sitting in
And
the
you
back
have the
seat.
wife.
yeah.
Who's eating first? Who's priority amongst kids, wife, and mom? Because now that I'm looking at this, right, mom's is always gonna like be mom, right?
Yeah.
And then wife's always gonna be wife. But as kids,
Don't know.
well, right, you don't know.
Yeah, she
30
in the
years,
police department.
right?
She might not be wife for it, though. She might not be.
Oh man, right? But like kids, they're innocent. They're
Yeah.
very ignorant. Like they don't know. So to me, and this is me just speaking off the top of my head because I didn't know this conversation was gonna go this way. Kids gonna come first.
Okay.
Then I would say wifey, happy wife, happy life, right? You know, you got to make sure home is taken care of. And then I would say mom would maybe then come third.
I agree with you with mom third. Mom definitely got to be last.
Okay.
But
Damn.
no offense to mom.
Sorry, Mom,
love
I
you,
do.
Mom,
Yeah, I was
if you listen to this, you feel me? Like, but you got to be last. But my wife got to come before my kids. Yeah.
The queen
'Cause-
comes before the children. Okay.
Yeah, this the person I'm choosing to do life with. This the person, like, I made these kids with you. So, like, I don't want to make kids with you and then put the kids above the person I made the kids with.
I just think I wish we had someone with children on it because I feel like there's just an unconditional love that happens immediately after your children are born. That's interesting. I hate those like
I was gonna say I hate children. I was
no,
gonna
no. Wow. I don't like those situational things. It's kind of like who sits in the front seat, your mom or your lady. It's just like who the
Yeah.
fuck like
both
if-
of y'all get in the back.
like
As long
first
as we
of all,
get where we going.
if like who got in the car first is my question. Like, was Mom Dukes already in the car? Because y'all seen that fucking video. If mom was already in the car, I'm not telling her to get in the back.
Yeah, nah, I ain't doing
Like
that.
just sit down.
So I agree. I'm not, Ma, you got to get in the back. Nah, that's crazy.
That's OD.
Right. Now, if mom goes, you see her taking off her seatbelt, are you, Ma, you good? Like,
No,
you don't have.
I let people make their own decisions. If you feel like that's right in the situation, listen, I appreciate it. Like, but I don't know. Like, who cares? But not to like
Speak on it. Speak on it.
You push
Speak
your mom
on it.
to the back. What's your relationship like with your mother?
I love my mom, man. Again, mom, love you. But if my mom already sitting in the car, she gonna stay there. Like, I'm
Yeah,
not
facts.
gonna move her.
I
But
feel
if
like
we're
my mom
walking
would
to the
get out.
car together, the three of us, right? I gotta put my wife in the front seat.
Because you seem like the type of nigga who's gonna open the door for your wife.
See,
I
that's
open
where
the
he
door
fucked
for my
up.
mom.
I'm
You feel
opening
me?
the
So,
door
like,
and may the best one win.
Yo,
Whoever got to
whoever
that
get
knob.
there first, that's
Yo,
crazy.
go.
No, mom's getting older. She ain't walking the same.
Mom hit
She might-
mom hit
that's
a knee
unfair.
swim move.
Straight hand.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's interesting. I'm definitely. Am I putting the children or my wife first? I'm probably putting my queen first.
That's different. I thought you was gonna say kids. I ain't gonna lie.
My thing is,
He wants 15 kids, so he can't put them all
Okay,
first.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
too many to put first.
I want as many kids as I can afford, but it's more so when I decide to get married and settle down, like you said, like this is gonna be my partner in crime. This is like the person I'm deciding to take on the world with. Like,
Yeah.
this person also better be like built Ford tough, because it's just like, yo, we not arguing about
Ford
like
tough.
trivial shit like this. Like
Shut the fuck up and get in the car.
yeah, facts. I don't care.
Please just get the car.
I don't care whose plate gets made first. Y'all can all make your own damn plate off the fucking counter. Like, yeah, like stuff like that to me is silly. But I think some days I feel like I just feel like I'm gonna have a daughter first, and I feel like this is gonna be my entire world, and it's just like
I can see you with a daughter too.
Really cool. Like
I think that's when your emotions is gonna kick in.
Yo, my emotions are well intact. Like I promise y'all. This is crazy. Like you don't even know it.
So I met this nigga an hour and a half ago.
Literally.
That's interesting. So, in regards to like mental health, I mean, we live in New England. We live on the East Coast.
It's a very depressed area.
So, and I didn't realize, like, one of my buddies, he mentioned seasonal depression back in the day, and I didn't know that was a thing until like I got older and more people were saying it. It's just like, yeah, no, because we can't go outside as much. You don't get enough sunlight. So there are like literally scientific reasons like why this occurs. What do y'all feel about it?
Well, first off, what does depression look like?
Different for everybody.
Well, it doesn't have a face, man.
Right.
That's the thing. Depression looks, you could be the most bubbly, smiling, happy person.
You ready?
And be depressed as hell inside.
You ready? What depression looks like? Robin Williams.
Come on.
The lead singer of Linkin Park.
Yo.
Shoot, people I know and love. Like
Homie from the Ellen show that just recently took his
Yo,
life.
Twitch,
yeah.
Bruh, it's like these people that you would never know.
Word.
So I guess it's like I'm not really qualified to really speak too much about this. But it's interesting that a season, I'm not saying can do that to someone, but it could like enhance that.
Mm-hmm. It makes sense though, because think of like New England, right? How do you like Connecticut, right? I'm very well traveled, lived everywhere, right? Mm-hmm. So it's like Connecticut especially is what you make of it, right? But
Big facts.
March to November, March to October,
when cuffing season's over,
the things you can make of it are a lot more than what I can do with it November to
like
February.
Which is interesting because like you just said this specifically about Connecticut, but that's also like major vacation time. So it's like and obviously means comes into this, but like if people are seasonally depressed, like why wouldn't you just go somewhere else with like a nicer scenery or go on like a cruise or like
finances is that big piece. Not everybody has the financial mobility to be able to just say, hey, this weather sucks. Let me get up and go to Florida where it's 70 in December, you know? And like
and
you feel me?
Yeah, that's fair.
And sometimes you might think like I'm just stuck in this hole. So it doesn't matter whether I'm here. Like you might not link it to the season. You get what I'm saying? You might just feel like in this deep hole of just, I don't know. And then it's just like, bro, what the fuck? You get what I'm saying? Because
a lot of people have that seasonal depression and don't know it.
Exactly.
That's true.
Exactly. And the thing is, it's like, you know, depending what you're doing with your day, right? Say you're a teacher. I go into the building, maybe 7 o'clock. Sometimes 7 o'clock, sun's just coming out. You get what I'm saying? I'm in this building all day. Depending what I'm doing, I may or may not see the sun. You get what I'm saying? Or if I see it, it's through a window. Now my bell's ringing at 2:30, 3:30, right? I'm really only getting an hour of sunlight. You know what I mean? The other day, I was driving home. It was 4:30. I was like, yo, the sun's still up. That's the first thing I noticed. You get what I'm saying? And granted, it was setting, but a month ago, 4:30 was already dark. You get what I'm saying? So it's like you don't realize me. You know I'm a high energy person, but that's me naturally. I'm up at 5 every day. Feel what I'm saying? Like imagine somebody who is not like that needs starters, you know, to help them get going, and now they're not getting that natural source of energy. You get what I'm saying? And they still have to go to work. And now they feel like their social life is crumbling because it's cold and we not going out as much.
You want outlets.
Or the holidays just passed and I spent all this money in November, December, so now I can't do it in January.
And then not only, too, a lot of people have family members that pass around the holidays. So the holidays is already a sad time anyway.
Right.
Now it's cold, it's dark, and I can't go outside. What? Yeah, it's traumatic.
Pop.
Interesting. Yeah,
It's very real, and if you do struggle, you know, any sort of depression, but since we're talking about seasonal depression, like seek any type of help that you can get, whether it's a
absolutely
therapist, a friend, a hotline, a social worker if you're younger, and you work in a school or going to school, whatever it is, use your resources to one, try and figure it out. Because like Jordan said, like a lot of people are struggling with it and don't even know.
Don't know it, yo. Seasonal depression is huge, and like even I think the term for it, like the acronym itself is SAD, and it stands for seasonal affective disorder. And
wow,
yeah, and like that's a very real thing. So, the lack of sunlight, the lack of interaction, not being able to go outside. Like you said, I was like you when I worked in a place where like I'm up before the sun is really coming out. I go inside, I come out, there's no sun. Like it's miserable, and it'll affect your mood. It'll affect how you interact with people around you. It'll affect how tired you may feel. Like you ready to go to sleep at 5 sometimes because it feels like it's 9:30, 10 o'clock. It's crazy how it affects you, and it's one of those things where you have to put the measures in place to you have to acknowledge that it's happening first, which a lot of people struggle with that,
right?
And then put the things in place to combat it, whether that's increasing the amount of vitamin D that you take in through food or supplements, interacting with people more, socializing with people more, taking that extra effort to go to the gym to get your heart rate going, get them endorphins going. Like you have to do that much effort to combat it.
Right.
Yeah.
I would be curious to see the statistics on this by like demographic, by like where you live, by how much money you make, things like that. I think that's I think that's interesting. I wonder if there's certain economic demographics, factors that
for sure there probably is
that lead to that.
People like us are more disproportionately affected because you got to think too. A lot of people who look like us, black and brown communities, most of us live in apartment buildings.
Okay.
Compared to our white counterparts, like the home ownership rate is very different. So like when you're in an apartment building, there's a lot less windows. You're getting a lot less sunlight. When you're in, our schools are built differently. Like my school, I went to Central High School in Bridgeport. It is across the street from a prison, and it is built in the same way as the prison.
You put a school across the street?
It only happens in our communities. You can't build a school across from a prison in Greenwich. You can't even put a prison in Greenwich. Like they're not going for it. So like is very different. So we're definitely disproportionately affected. And then also it's things like where we live, like New England compared to Florida or compared to like if you're in Texas right now is very different. You can still go outside and go for a jog or do something, throw a Frisbee with your dog. We're not doing that. It's brick out here. Like it's brick. We're not doing that. So those things definitely
people
make
like
a difference.
us, like who live, I get that. Especially if you live in an apartment building, because I'm really big on energy. And have you ever?
Oh boy.
Have you ever walked down? It's
memory lane.
Not memory lane, but it's not like that walk of shame. But when you leaving somebody's apartment and you walking down that long hallway, you can almost feel the different energies by each door you walk past.
That's real.
Yeah. And some of them is just like, there's some factors of why I think I felt that way, but it's like, I think
there go slot letter C on that roster walking by. There go number D. This nigga don't know Tyrone was there yesterday.
Yo.
Well, shit. I mean, we've been chopping it up a little over an hour now. Very insightful, great conversation.
Love it, man.
Yeah, bro. Jordan, thank you for coming.
Appreciate it.
We somebody should have said that's what she said.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, the way we end things on the How'd I Get Here podcast, we give all of our guests 15 seconds of fame. So you could you've seen the episodes. You could talk about something that we talked about, your own plugs, whatever the case is, and then we're going to wrap it up. So we'll start with you and go down the line.
All right, which camera? I'm here.
Right there.
That camera.
With the fuzzy.
Again, I appreciate y'all for having me on here. My name is Jordan Smith. I host the Daily Dimensions podcast. It's on YouTube and all other outlets. Follow me. It's free. I promise you. I'll follow back if I like you, kind of, maybe. I want y'all to, this season and beyond, prioritize you and prioritize your mental health. If you're ever in a space where you feel overwhelmed, you feel like the world around you is falling down, you feel like overly stressed out, you feel like you're trying to make a way and you just can't make a way, and you're trying to figure it out and you just can't, that's the point in which I need y'all to reach out for help. And if you don't know where to start, I could be a resource for you. That is my background, and I can point you in a direction, especially if you're someone like me who's looking for a therapist of color. I know a bunch, and I got like a resource that I could send you. So reach out, tap in, follow me. Let's connect.
I love that. Nah, honestly, we appreciate you coming on we appreciate you reaching out, to be honest. Like you said,
I appreciate y'all responding.
Like,
We are very active.
Yeah, like we want to interact. We want to partner with other podcasts because, to be honest, I know we have a lot of resources and a lot of connections that we could also share with other people in the community, especially in the podcast community. And there's more than enough for us all to eat. None of us talk about the same thing the same way. Facts. And have the same like vibe that we have here. All that being said, really to echo what you said, when you're going into this new season of your life, remember, not all people are going to make it. And you did not leave them behind. You left them where they're comfortable. Ooh! And that is perfectly
Say that
okay.
shit again?
You did not leave them behind. You left them where they are comfortable.
Put that in a fortune cookie.
Yeah,
Need that.
man. Because sometimes, Steve Harvey said it. Shout out Earn Your Leisure. Shout out Steve Harvey. He said it on InvestFest. He was like, guilt is the most pointless emotion.
Yeah, it's useless.
The most useless emotion. So don't feel guilty for progressing. Listen, you can only pull people along as much as they want to move. You can lead a horse to water. You can't force them to drink. All that good stuff. So yeah, everybody going to this new season, be great. And my boy, Guapo.
Y'all gonna like this
Not
one.
the neck,
Oh,
bro.
man.
Bro, I had a bad neck last week. It was crazy.
Someone give you bad neck?
That's what it sounds like.
No, I had,
That's what I heard.
That's what I heard
that's
you
what I
say.
said.
like my neck hurt a little. It was crazy.
Right, nobody like
Jordan, my man, thank you for coming. Definitely welcome back whenever. When we get to
Facts.
our live episode, pull up on
Definitely,
us.
for sure.
Yeah.
Y'all, he's a motivational speaker as well, so book him. All that good shit. My 15 seconds of fame, brush your teeth and put deodorant on. That's it. That's
Heavy on to brush your teeth.
yeah, like it's cold out. That doesn't mean you stop wearing deodorant.
Lotion, too.
Lotion.
Yo,
Wear a lot of
chill.
lotion. We don't need nobody with gorilla paws out here looking crazy. So brush your teeth, wear deodorant, put lotion on. And that's the How Did I Get Here podcast. And we dropping gems and making y'all better each and every day that y'all listen to us. And when you don't, you're not getting better because, we the best fucking podcast CT. And that's a wrap. Woo! Man.
Dope, man.
That was dope.
That was fun.
That was a good one.